I will start from where Senator Tobiko was laying a background to a question that gender mainstreaming has come a long way. From the time the American professor Margaret Sanger decided to take very many women to Beijing in 1995 to fight for space for women in the world. And we are very proud when we have women going to leadership positions that traditionally have been occupied by men. And we don't want to, at the end of the day, because we are being called upon by the motion to either push you aside as governor, which would be a clawback, really, to the milestones that have been made in gender mainstreaming, or to retain you there. Sometimes when change has to come, it can come by just removing the top, and the whole organization then becomes okay. So what Senator Tobiko has done is quite good, that most of the issues that have been raised have to do with your MEN, your soft skills, your interpersonal skills, your emotional intelligence, things that you can deal with and you can be trained on and you can change. But for me, I have looked at two issues that to me sound as the gravamen of this petition. Number one is the appointments, the roadside appointments. And initially we started by saying that...
Point of order, Chair. And please allow me.
Yes, Mandako.
I'm a bit lost. Are we prosecuting or advising the governor? Because we must stick to the substance of the motion.
1 minute to lay the basis, then I'm asking the questions.
You see, the trouble is, if you build the question for 3-5 minutes, then people dance.
Thank you. It was just 1 minute. Let me ask.
Throw the question at the governor.
Let me ask.
Yeah.
Chair, it has been difficult for me to draw a line between governor as the director of Okolea and governor as the CEO of the county during employment. Because at one point you're saying we are employing for Okolea. At another point you're saying you're employing for county government, but you are writing letters to try and find out if these employees are actually working for the county government. But now you're telling us at the end of the day that they are working for Okolea without giving evidence that these employees are drawing emoluments from Okolea, or they have appointment letters from Okolea. So how do you draw a line, Governor, for you as the director of Okolea and CEO of the county when you are in public? That is the first question.
Honorable Senator, I have never made an appointment on behalf of the county government of Meru. The entire exercise of employing lies to Public Service Board. For Okolea programs I have made. And that's why maybe we don't have any evidence from Okolea, same as we don't have any evidence of I having appointed anyone apart from the bubble anthracis, but no evidence. But for Okolea program, Honorable Senator, that lies with the Okolea office.
Thank you so much. So maybe for the future,
Senator Marua,
just one more.
I'll do another round, then you'll come during the second round.
Yeah, but for the same question,
okay.
Then maybe the governor should draw a line so that you don't go ordering the county government officials, like the sub-county administrators, the ward administrators, to do the appointments on your behalf, because then it is posing a problem. Why don't you just do the last one, Chair? The last one is the spending at source at Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital. Already there is a board that allows that spending to be done at source at Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital. Why did you have to order that all the monies are collected as revenue at MTRH to be expended at source? Yet already there is a law that allows that money to be expended there. Did you find that some money is taken to the revenue, county revenue fund account? And if that is so, why are you trying to reverse it through that edict that you are making? So we need to know. Otherwise, if we already have a board that is supposed to oversee the expenditure of the funds collected at the county Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital, why did you have to say that money should be spent there? Why did you have to do that?
From my statement, I only advised or uttered a testimony that had earlier been discussed between myself and the board of Meru Referral Hospital that they should apply the fund as per the MTRH Act.
So the money collected at the MTRH hospital was being swept to the CRF account. Is that what you're saying?
The board has its own regulations on how they apply the fund, which I'm not mandated to interfere.
Do you have that knowledge or you don't have that knowledge? That the money collected as revenue from Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital, whether it is expended at source or it is swept to the county revenue fund account. Do you have that knowledge?
The board has the knowledge.
But Senator, Governor, Volume 2 of your own response, you have appended the Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital Act that speaks to what the Senator for Taita Taveta is saying. Are you saying that this evidence is foreign to you?
No, Senator.
Yes, then you better own it, because even in their, when they were leading you, your counsels never mentioned this affidavit. And this affidavit actually turns the accusation against you in one of the charges, I think it's charge 5, in your favor. So just respond to this. Don't say you don't know. Respond to this so that it can be part of the record that you are not breaking the law. You are making decisions in line with an existing act. Marua is helping you. Sorry, on the same point, the governor, the Senator of Mandela.
Yes, on the same point, I'm sorry, Chairman. I disagree with that view on the basis of legality. The PFM Act, Section 109, clearly, states establishment of a county revenue fund. They're established for each county a county revenue fund in accordance with Article 207 of the Constitution. The county treasury for each county government shall ensure that all money raised or received by or on behalf of the county government is paid into the county revenue fund, except monies that is excluded. But where the Act is talking about is excluded, it's talking about legislations by Parliament. And the legislation by Parliament supersedes county legislation unless the PFM regulation is amended.
Order, Senator. As your chair, I am not saying I know it better than you, but I beg you, these points of argument, we will prosecute them when now we are writing the report, because the same constitution that you're quoting, the actual article is 207. It provides, and it also provides that with legislation by Parliament, this can be exempted. spending at source. So let's not prosecute it here. It will become untidy. Here we want to collect evidence. When now we are discussing it, we can do it when we have stepped aside, so that we don't look like saying Tianga is the one who is right and is wrong. Our secretariat is here. When we are writing the report, they'll give us the usual guidance that we get from the Senate on authority of the legal department. And the director of the directorate is with us here, Dr. Okello. So maybe we don't discuss the merit or demerit of the constitutionality or legality of a piece of evidence in plenary. I would like that we leave it there and we continue extracting evidence. Yes, Mandako, your hand has been up the whole evening.
Chair, thank you very much. Governor, I have a number of questions for you, and I will move very fast. And so that to help you respond to my questions, I will just go in the order of the charges that have been brought before this committee. Charge number 1 on nepotism, illegal appointments, and lawful dismissions and usurpation of the constitutional and statutory functions of county organs. Your Excellency, I have one of the accusations there is illegal appointments. There is an advert dated 22nd of November with a number of directors who are reporting, as per the advert, to the Chief of Staff, therefore indicating that those are directors in the office of the Governor. Question number 1. Does the county government of Meru have an approved structure, establishment for the county government? Does the county government of Meru have an approved establishment?
The county government of Meru has a public service board that deals with employment.
Madam Governor, if you read the County Government Act, the role of the county public services does the employment, but there is what we call approved establishment that determines the number of employees, the posts, and the offices.
Chair, Governor, your mic has a problem. That's probably the reason. It's too close.
Okay. Thank you very much. Madam Governor was asking, does the county government of Meru, the county executive, have an approved establishment? The establishment, in this case, determines the number of employees or staff for the county government of Meru, the departments, the posts that are available.
I'm only aware of the County Public Service Board.
My second question. These posts of directors that were advertised on 22nd, prior to you coming to office, did we have directors existing in that post, or those posts were vacant?
We still have the previous directors working with the county government of Meru.
By the time the County Public Service Board advertised those posts, were the posts vacant or the directors were still in office? And if they were still in office, what was to happen to their terms of service?
I'm not aware of any advertisement that has someone still working in the office.
In the response, volume 2, maybe Secretariat, you can help me quickly address I think that was page 16.
Governor Mandako, Senator Mandako, as you look for the reference, let's capitalize on time.
Yes,
I allow somebody else to shoot. And
I've already found it, Chair.
Oh, please go ahead.
And Chair, please give me time because you gave people time to lay the basis. I'm only asking questions directly. If you look at volume 2, page 67, there's an advert there running all the way to page 71 on a number of positions that have been advertised. And these are the Director Protocol and Events, Job Group R. We have Director for Delivery Unit, County Delivery Unit. We have Director for Monitoring and Evaluation. We have a Director for Administration. I'm only asking, Madam Governor, by the time this advert went out, did we have those posts filled or were they vacant?
They were vacant.
On the issue of on the issue of appointments of fire officers, in the meeting you had in Timau, before I go there, can I ask that, do you have, as county government of Meru, firefighting trucks?
Yes, we have.
How many and where are they located?
We have 5.
Is it true that there is a firefighting engine in Timau that is not functional?
Yes, there is.
Was it therefore necessary to have 2 people to call when we have a fire engine that is not functioning in that sub-county?
We locate the machines where there is need. It is not necessarily that the fire engine is met for Timau. When need arises, we always send one to the area that is affected.
And what I'm asking, Madam Governor, is you have identified 2 people will be alerting the county government amongst the other functions if there are fires. But the fire engine in Timau, which be the nearest in terms of response, is not functional. Are there any attempts by your county government to make sure it is repaired and functional so that the 2 people that you have recruited under our Colea program can then be able to function?
By then, the fire engine at Timau was functioning.
From the evidence of your chief of staff, who seems or has committed himself that he understands all matters to do with this petition, why was it appropriate for the chief of staff to himself ask for information from the different departments and not through the county secretary and not through the secretary of the county public service board? Was it under your instruction?
No, it was not under my instruction.
Madam
Senator
Governor.
Senator Mandago, just put your finger there. That was part of my intervention, so let conclude it. Your answer, can you clarify? Because the counsel for the county assembly tried to get it from you, but he didn't push you well. This is the time. Were you deliberately avoiding the county secretary because he was not going to take instructions from you to give evidence in the manner you want to protect yourself?
No, I was not avoiding the county secretary because of any issue, but the chief of staff has always been with me in the meetings that most of the accusations has arrived from.
I put it to you that you need to persuade us better, because there is a County Government Act that clearly specifies the county secretary as the custodian of the responsibilities that your chief of staff has been discharging the whole afternoon. Can you convince us?
I stand guided chair that at no time that I have chosen to to work with the chief of staff and then neglect the county secretary.
Are you aware of the County Government Act?
Yes.
And if you are, why did you bypass the responsible officer who is the county secretary? Instead, you bring here the chief of staff.
I thought this is a matter that is personal and not a county government case. Being my case, then I chose someone who understands the issues better. But if it was a county government case, the best person would have been county secretary.
Mandako, go on.
Thank you very much, Chair. Now, Madam Governor, in your own affidavit, on the reappointment of the cabinet, of the county secretary, your statement reads, the allegation of illegal reappointment is denied and that the governor averts that the current county secretary was appointed in the previous regime and went through vetting by the county assembly, in which the mover of the impeachment motion participated in approval. His contract was extended by the previous governor without approval of the county assembly. Please underline, without approval of the county assembly. And the governor had to extend the contract again, owing to the crucial role the exiting county secretary plays in forming the new government. Just as I stopped there, when we asked your chief of staff, who has committed that he knows everything that goes around in there, your chief of staff said that the extended contract by the previous governor had not expired. Why was it necessary to reappoint? Two, you are already aware, Madam Governor, that the previous governor did not submit this county secretary for vetting by the county assembly as required. Did you have to continue with the same mistake that the previous governor had committed?
Honorable Senator, when I assumed office, I met Rufus Mereti, who is the county secretary for Meru, and he was mandated to be the chair of transition for a certain period. I chose to, at least for a few months, to continue working with him. I sought advice from my legal team and also the board, who affirmed that the contract had not lapsed. So I had no otherwise other than to make a statement of intent that I will be willing to work with him even after this, if at all the Public Service Board agrees with my statement of intent.
Senator Mandako, I'll come back to you another round. Let me now open up to another senator. Esther, I saw your
just, Governor, because
again.
I didn't spend my time laying the ground, allow me to ask one question, just one, so that you come back the next round.
Senator, because you're my neighbor, I know those might be your winding remarks, and I want you in this meeting up to the end. So just
quickly, Madam Governor, on charge number 2, incitement, bullying, vilification, and misleading campaigns against elected leaders. Did you, at any given time, call the MCAs by the word in Meru, Mberwa, which I am made to understand is fox?
I have not.
In dealing with matters at the ward, Madam Governor, are you aware that part of the responsibilities of the MCAs, and I want to draw your attention to the County Government Act, Section 9 on the role of members of County Assembly, 1A, that says, a member of County Assembly shall maintain a close contact with the electorate and consult them on issues before or under discussion in the County Assembly. Madam Governor, don't you think it was within the mandate of the County Assembly members to engage the residents of their various wards on the matters of this impeachment?
I don't deny it was their mandate, but the process and the way the MCs conducted was wrong.
Madam Governor, when the MCs didn't approve your nominees for CCs, did you go ahead to reorganize your government so that the rest of the departments were collapsed under only 3 CCs?
Yes, Honorable Senator, after they approved only 3 CECs, with the advice, we reorganized as we sought to take some more names for approval later.
Are you aware that if you have to reorganize government, you must have a CC approval? And in this case, we are serving CCs who are to serve to the end of the term. Therefore, you needed to comply with that provision before reorganizing your government. And do you think in that reorganization, it was going to be effective for service delivery for the people of Meru County?
The reorganization we made, Honorable Senator, was not a permanent solution. It was a short-term mitigation as we take other names for consideration.
Yes, but what I'm asking, are you aware even that short-term reorganization needed the approval of the County Executive Committee meeting?
By then, we had no County Executive Committee.
Madam Governor, are you aware that the County Government Act provides that serving CCs serve in office up to until the new CCs are sworn in and assume office? So you cannot tell this committee and this sitting that there were no serving CCs.
The serving CECs from the previous regime, their contract and elapsed all of them.
Madam Governor, I want to help you understand that the term of CCs end when the new CCs are sworn in to office.
Yes.
I think, Chair, I don't want to proceed. Let me allow another senator to ask, but I still have a number of questions.
In fact, Madam Governor, you will remember that you were written a letter to, and you were told to name names to go and sit on the transition committee to join names of officers led by the county secretary who was serving on Governor Krayudu's cabinet. True or false?
True.
Yeah, so the blunders you are making is because you ignored those people, pushed aside the county secretary, and started, with this aggression that you have, started driving Meru as personal property. Can you convince this committee that you did not break government, financial, procedures, and regulations by that arrogance?
Honorable Chair, when I assumed office, the only person from the previous regime who was there in office was the county secretary. And I showed the willingness to work with him. That's why I not even take any name for consideration. By having county secretary who worked with the previous regime, doesn't show any arrogance. The rest of CECs who are working with the previous governor all went with him.
Chair, with your permission.
You know, Senator Mandago has guided you, and if you don't believe him, reflect when you are in these precincts of parliament, when President Ruto when President Uhuru was forming his cabinet, he did not dismiss Kibaki's ministers. They only exited after his ministers had received approval and they were in office. Similarly, President Ruto did the same, including his list being challenged in the High Court. Because you're treating Meru like personal property, that's why you don't respect that government procedure. So should you get lucky, you'll be excused on this impeachment. You have to go and walk the straight path. Yes, Esther Okenyori, you intervene with a question?
Chair.
Yes, yes.
Chair,
Yes, sir.
just because the governor seems not to get it, allow me to draw attention to Section 42 of the County Government Act, county executive to remain in office after election 1. When a general election is held for a county government, the outgoing county executive committee shall remain in office until a new county executive committee is constituted after the election.
Governor,
I stand guided, Chair.
now that is better. Okenyori?
Thank you, Chair. Madam Governor, in as much as I sympathize with this process having come too soon after the election, allow me to ask you the following questions. Pursuant to paragraph 23 in your sworn affidavit, that is page 20, you have strongly expressed your feel that the mover of the motion, who is the Abogeta West Honorable Member DMK Kyogora, having personal issues with you. What is, however, not clear is why the remaining members of County Assembly went ahead to impeach you. Then therefore, do you think there's a problem you have with the rest of the MCAs who went ahead to impeach you? Secondly, I think there's a musician by the name Dolly Parton who sings a song that my mistakes are not yours just because I'm a woman. Madam Governor, the immediate former governor of Meru served the people of Meru and nobody questioned it. Do you think, Governor, that the accusations made about you regarding the first gentleman are made because you're a woman, or there is something drastically wrong that you did, that you're doing that the male governors didn't do? My third and last question, Madam Governor, do you still insist that all MCAs who have been politically influenced, or you truly appreciate with hindsight that you took the wrong foot forward?
Honorable Senator DMK Kyogora, as we shown the evidence of him having personal grudges, which has not originated from I being the governor. Even the time when I was the woman representative of Meru, he had the same issues. That's why I demonstrated a video of him trying to demean me even before I was the governor. And DMK Kyogora, being one of the leaders in the Assembly of Meru, has a lot of influence to other members. And to my thinking, maybe he has used his influence as a leader and also a person related to the previous regime governor, maybe to try and twist me to follow the demands of other members. And to make my point clear, Madam Senator, the only MCA who tried to support my case was removed from all the committees. And that puts a lot of fear to other MCAs who maybe sees the committees as a source of revenue and maybe having fears that in case they support the governor, they will be removed from the committees, just like the MCA who has supported me.
Madam Governor, as a beneficiary of Article 27 and all other enabling provisions of the law, are you confident that you've adequately adhered to Article 10 and Chapter 6 of the Constitution, that is the Leadership Integrity Act and Public Officers Act?
Come again, Madam Senator.
As a beneficiary of Article 27, you know what Article 27 of the Constitution, that is equality and freedom from discrimination. Then there are all those provisions down there. Are you confident that you've adequately adhered to Article 10 and Chapter 6 on integrity and the Public Officers Act? Am I clear on my question?
No.
That's a general question as an elected leader in that office and a Kenyan citizen conversant with our constitution. I'm actually touching on whether you as an individual feel you've adequately met these two areas I'm touching on.
Yes, Honorable Senator.
All right, thank you.
Senator Okech.
Thank you, Governor. The charges were read to you that you're familiar with. And how many grounds, in your understanding, have these charges invited?
From the assembly side,
Yes.
the legal person said there are 62.
62.
Yes.
Volume 1 of your responses, is this your affidavit? Because I want to be as fair as possible with you, Governor. Can you confirm that this is your affidavit, the volume 1 of your documents?
Yes.
Are you familiar with all the provisions of Article 181?
181.
Or should I read them for you?
Yes.
I'm going to, this is very important for me, Chair. Article 181, because I'm asking this in the context that the governor has just said here that she is here in a personal capacity. Article 181 talks about the removal of a county governor, which is what I perceive you are here in that capacity. So before I ask the charges I want to ask, I will only focus on one charge, but I want you to tell you that a county governor may be removed from office on any of the following grounds. I won't go there because of time. There are about 4 counts for which a county governor can be removed. Then if you read again, Governor, the County Government Act, Section 33, the removal of a governor, not you as a person, but I'm talking about the governor of Meru County. A member of the county assembly may be, I wanted to read the sub-article, Section 33, 6. In the special committee reports that the particulars of any allegations against the governor, again, I want to underline the word any, out of the 62. The governor, A, have not been substantiated, further proceedings shall not be taken under this section in respect of that allegation, or B, have been substantiated, the Senate shall, after according the governor an opportunity to be heard, vote on the impeachment charges. So I'm cautioning you that you are here as the governor of Meru and not as an individual, and that leads me to my question on charge number 5. Charge number 5, Governor, is on violation of public finance management laws. And I want to draw you to your affidavit on page 39. Governor, in the allegation of breaching the public finance laws, you have said that this is a misconceived and sensational accusation. That is on page 39, okay? Are we there? Of volume 1. And if you found it, this allegation is made in complete ignorance of the fact that the Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital is a gazetted level 5 hospital that is also a semi-autonomous.
Senator, you are emphasizing the law and the Constitution. Shoot your question.
Yeah, I am on the violation of public finance act according to the response. I want to interrogate the response that is given here by the governor. Governor, you are claiming that the evidence provided with regards to your pronouncements in the video that the county, the Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital should not spend at source is not a violation of the PFM Act. Is that right?
Yes.
Because
To you.
the claim here is, Governor, that, and I was reading it until the chair intervened, you've said here that the evidence tendered in this support of the impeachment motion is an unverified video, which we watched here, and if anything to go by, we watch what was said there. And you've said that the hospital is a semi-autonomous county government agency to address its unique needs rather than sending the money to the county government. Is that true?
Yes, Honorable Senator, I'm trying to I'm trying to explain what happens at Meru General Referral Hospital. And I've annexed my statement and also the letters from the CEO, for the acting CEO, and also from...
My question is this, Governor. You have alluded in that statement that the financial management, especially with regard to spending at source, of the Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital is not subjected to a PFM Act because it's an autonomous body that is dealing with its own issues. Is that true?
It is subjected to the Act, and what I said is that they apply the FAD according to the law.